The extra show.
No, but she's and
she doesn't feel the same light of being stifled or stopped.
Did she say? Why are you putting words in her mouth?
Why are you also putting words in other females' mouth?
Did I say anything about women?
Did you just say that?
What did I?
When majority of the women are having an opinion,
which woman did I put words in her mouth? Say it. Which woman did I put words in her mouth?
You are speaking for the majority of the females.
I didn't. Listen, I never said I'm a mouthpiece for women. Did I say I'm a mouthpiece? I said I defend women.
I'm confused.
I never said I'm a mouthpiece for women.
Your statement right now was that a majority of women, when they speak, their points are not received.
If you are not willing to have a conversation,
you make a point and you are changing your mouth. You are telling me that.
How am I changing my mouth?
What was your point? What did you say that?
I said feminism is pro-choice. Do you understand? Allow women to do what they want to do with their lives without inputting any man's without putting in any man's suggestions or anything, because most of the time society grants men free will.
And
that's what I said.
Asking you that.
Society grants men.
Are you saying society?
Wait.
On what stats?
Wait. You said I said I am a mouthpiece for women.
Because you said that.
I said
a majority of the time.
I defend women. I'm not a mouthpiece for women. It's different. I don't speak for every woman. I defend women.
If you are defending women, then defend some women.
Some women, how? Am I not a woman?
The women that feel they are intimidated or limited in their options. Not every woman in where she finds herself.
Did you hear me say feminism is pro-choice? Like, what is your problem? I said feminism is pro-choice.
And I'm
allow women to do with their lives what they want to do with their lives.
And I'm asking that.
Be quiet, because how can you tell me?
Like, honestly, because the conversation is starting from feminists are bad, feminists are this. I can't off the top of my head, I can't define what feminism is. But all I know is that the ideology behind feminism is pro-choice. Do you understand? If a woman wants to be a single mother, if a woman decides not to have kids, if a woman decides to be a career woman, if a woman decides every single thing a woman wants to do with her life, allow her to do it.
Can I read the definition?
Read the Google definition of feminism.
A feminist is anyone, regardless of gender, who believes in and advocates for full social, economical, and political equality between women and men.
Exactly.
Another one is it's about respecting diverse women's experience, identity, knowledge, strengths, and striving to empower all women to realize their full rights.
Exactly.
Now, to my point. Nobody. Yes, that's why I like using this word. There's a selected few, or there's a portion or a ratio of people who do not think women should have some level of freedom. That's your choice. But again, as a nation, we are even celebrating the introduction of a female vice president.
After how many years?
It's still happening.
Is the fight on how many years?
Too late.
It's too late. My point. You see my point when I talk about.
It's too late.
Why we using feminism as a bullet?
God rest her soul. Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings created a political party and decided to run for presidency. What happened? How many did she even get the support of anybody? Let's be honest, Charlie.
The conversation, I'll pick it back from where Namawa asked the question, right? That it's happening. Now, going back on a statement that things have happened in the past, are we dwelling on the past to define the future? Or we are growing?
Excuse me. Do you know that you have to learn from your history to be able to move forward? If there are patterns,
and do we also accept that history can be a stagnating factor?
What stagnating?
Of lack of development.
What's that?
Because somebody will say that Kwame Nkrumah did the motorway with concrete. But technology has come. there are many other ways to do a road that can last for years.
Okay.
So if you are saying let's look at history, he set a precedent, but shouldn't define the future.
But history will tell you that there was no ECOWAS road that connected countries. You know, motorway is an ECOWAS road. It connects 3 ECOWAS countries, which is Togo, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. If you're going to bring the conversation,
if you listen to my first statement,
there was a lack of. And
what did I say?
He brought it.
History sets a precedent.
What are you trying
to say? But it
to
doesn't define the future. He set a precedent of doing roads that connect countries.
But you have to realize the pattern before you can fix it in the future.
Okay. I just said that history sets a precedent. The precedence being that roads are needed for transportation to connect countries.
Honestly, this is why I don't like talking about feminism.
If it has set the
honestly,
it is open-mindedness to have a conversation.
Making a point.
Exactly, and I'm making my point.
She's saying that like it's too late. We are also saying that it's happening. I feel like we should actually put accolades on the fact that it's happening.
Yes, I'm
make
not,
sure that it doesn't reverse.
I am not disputing the fact that it is a good thing that finally Ghana has a female vice president. Okay. But let's be honest, the glass ceiling, for a woman to break the glass ceiling, because as a woman, there's always a cap. Even when women were allowed to have education, there's always been this thing where you go, the ratio of men to women in education is always the same. Ever since education was introduced and women were allowed to go to school. Now, it was the same from basic level, secondary or high school level, then first degree. Then after first degree, master's and PhD, the gap starts to widen again. Because most of the times, women are told that right after first degree, you're supposed to think of having children, think of having a husband, think of starting a family because biological clock, blah, 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 blah. You understand? And I'm just trying to say that it is not the same for men. And believe it or not, there are women who don't want to think about it now. There are women who want to do their masters. There are women who want to do their PhDs. I'm not saying that they are stopping, but society kind of has that kind of expectation of women. And now as the gap widens, trust me, taking care of kids, being a stay-at-home mom, or even being a working mother, it's not beans. It's not beans. It's not some child's play. People are literally stressed out and all these things. And then you are coming to tell me that feminist. I honestly don't like talking about feminism a lot because it paints this whole situation of you hate men, you are angry. I honestly think even women are not angry enough. Now how things are going when it comes to women and society and all that, women are not even angry enough. But if you start talking about it, oh yes, we said it, you are angry. So I don't even like talking about it a lot. I just like to lay my foundation and tell everybody that I am a feminist. Any form of misogyny is not tolerated around me. Okay. That's it.
Oh, me, I'm not supporting the misogynist part, and I'm not
a feminist.
Denying
the feminist aspect.
In my own, is the fact that it's happening is a good step.
And that is my standpoint. My standpoint is that a lot of things, or the nation has fought a lot. I say the nation because the nation is a woman. We call Ghana motherland. She's a woman.
Yeah.
The nation has suffered a lot of retrospecting. Everything look back. Everything look back. At what point would we look forward and make advances? So I like what you said. She's now there. How are we normalizing it?
Do you know what she even went through to get there?
I get it.
It
has happened. That's why Namiwa said.
There were literally people on radio, these so-called propaganda people who go on radio stations to debate on political issues, literally went on air to call this woman someone who has I don't know if she's a professor or a doctor. I don't know yet, but she's one of those, like, contributor to academia, a former minister of education, contributor to academia and all that. You get it? Then you call her what you look. She looks washed up. She looks stressed. She looks that and that. Her looks came under scrutiny. Someone who is coming to contribute to the governance of a country. You are looking at her looks and all that. It was someone who has birthed children who also have PhDs. Look at her family. If you look at her family tree, if you look at her family line, what she's been able to accomplish, they didn't say all that she has been able to accomplish. They went straight to her looks as a woman. Do you understand me? They went straight to what is she coming to do as a woman? What is she coming to do? Blatant disrespect and attacks.
Okay.
No,
Going
that
back.
was wrong.
So listen.
Exactly.
And that is why I am saying that.
She is here. Guys, we understand that she's here. But she didn't have to go through all that.
Okay.
Only for us, finally, now that she has become vice president, now, excuse me to say, we are fanfooling.
Can we go back to the point
Ghanaian,
can we go back
vice
to the
president,
point
first this,
of
first
me
that.
making the facts of women?
Please.
I support women too. One of the greatest warriors in Ghana is a woman. Am I lying?
I'm not saying you're
Do you understand
lying.
my point?
Nobody's saying you're
My
lying.
point is that let's learn to move forward and learn. I'm not supporting what they do to women. I'm not supporting that women have to struggle before they get employment. I'm not supporting that women have to go through hardship, one way or another.
The
Even in cases,
extra show.
It has suffered both, let me say, educational and cultural balances, right? Cultural balances being that fathers felt that if my son should rather give birth, my name lives on, which is an archaic mindset
Which
that
culture?
is changing.
Which culture? Because when you're talking about culture, you have to be specific. Because there are cultures here in Ghana, okay? That's when the child, when a woman, okay, or a daughter of a prominent man or the patriarch of the family gives birth without getting married, okay, the child is considered a member of his family rather than the man that gave impregnated the girl. You know that? No, the child belongs to the father's family. So when we are talking about culture, we should be careful because there are so many nuances to gender, there are so many nuances to culture, there are so many nuances to society.
If we would actually make effective change, the fiber of all these must be touched. That's the honesty of the fact. If we actually want to have change, to let women or to push women attaining heights, I am very proud of women do stuff, because when women say they will do it, they can do it, and they do it to the max. We've seen the likes of Uchi, we've seen the likes of Lucy Quist, right, who have done amazing in a telco space. But I will not deny the fact that there is a stagnant. But I'll still stand on your point of what you said, that they have done it. They have set the precedent. Now let's facilitate the precedent.
Now what's the next move?
Exactly. Are we empowering more women? Are we changing HR policies? Are we... Do you get my point? Then it fixes.
I seem
but
to
if the
conversation, a new song now.
If
Because
the
when the
conversation
conversation
piggies
started,
back, my point is
like
that
this.
if we keep pigging back
Pigging back to what exactly?
on retrospecting that, like what you just said, that you know what she went through, it comes off that it's an anger issue.
Wait.
Don't you get my point?
Hold up. When did Professor Jane, what's her name? The vice president, Professor Jane Nana Pukwajiman, right? That's her name. When did she become vice president? When did she start running? You see, we like to say, oh, we are in the 21st century, things have changed. But the attack was happening in the modern day. What are you saying? The attack was happening in the modern day. Yes, it has happened. But you can't turn a blind eye to... Now, this one woman one woman out of she's not the first person to run for presidency or vice presidency in Ghana here as a woman. Other political parties, apart from the two parties that we know, other political parties had women who were trying that. Just recently, because there was this woman, was it PNC or CP? I don't know, one of the other parties. She was standing, but nobody even paid attention to her. Do you understand me? All I'm just trying to say is, yes, we are here now. It's so confusing. Wait, when you were talking, I kept quiet.
Leading the conversation of politics.
Wait.
On just
when you were talking.
Remember, politics goes beyond gender. It's about competence. It's about so many things.
Okay.
But if you're driving everything, like what you just said about the MP that nobody minded her. There could be so many reasons why nobody minded it.
Okay.
Why are we basing on the fact that she's a woman?
What she listened to? Do you know what even I'm talking about?
We don't. That's me. I don't know
exactly.
And something about Ghanaians and politics. They're centered around NDC and MPP.
I know.
If it's another party, it will be so hard for us.
I know that.
So there's so many things. There's so
all
many
I'm trying
factors.
to say is she is not the only woman who has stood to vie for presidency or vice presidency. There's been women in history, and listen, there has been one attack or side, conversations and all that for a very long time.
It goes, and the bottom line is that it goes beyond gender.
Okay,
when it comes to politics.
Okay,
that's what we are saying, that we consider all that, and gender should not stop the person qualifies.
Okay.
Is that another conversation?
Okay, now what's next?
Okay.
What are we doing with the pace that has been set?
Exactly my point. Set policies.
Wait.
You can say that.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the ratio of men and women in our parliament now?
I know men are majority. Yes. And that's my point. When you ask the question you just asked, it's my point I'm going to state.
Listen, do you know that...
Are they going to introduce that, fair balance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because even in corporate offices, they are now saying that gender balance, if they are recruiting a position and the men in the company are 10 and the women are 2, they would rather go for a woman. It's started in corporate businesses. Yes. And it's called gender balance in HR.
Mm-hmm.
It is seeping in. And that is change. Drastic change causes issues. Gradual change actually affects behavior. And that is what change is.
Okay.
Look at how when E-Levy was brought on harsh, was there no resistance? When the gaming levy came, was there no resistance? But if it was seeped in, it would have been a different approach. And that's what we are saying. Things are changing. Yes, it's not been the same from the past. There's been a lot. See, I can go all back from Adam and Eve and trickle it down to now, but it doesn't make it equal. All I will say is that let's avoid any gender segmentation and look at each other as human beings.
All I'm trying to say is, most of the times, all I'm trying to say is quite convenient for everything that has happened to women in history, that have happened to women in society, okay, that are still happening to women. It's so convenient for other genders to say, it's okay, let's move on. We've given you the opportunity. Oh yeah, it happened. Okay, let's move on. Okay. It's like, I have done something to you.
I think Namoa is our mediator for now. For this
I have done something to you. You are hurting. Okay, you haven't healed from the hurt yet, but I come and be like, oh Nyamewa, I'm sorry. What you want, I'm giving it to you. Let's move on.
No one is saying that. Nobody is saying that. From everything I've said, if I've ever pushed that analogy, I apologize for it. I do not think that let's sweep under the carpet whatever's happened to women. But let me be honest with you. There's little I can do to fix your pain.
There's a lot you can do.
That cause change that can actually make it not happen again.
Yes.
Right? We can always go back and talk about the point of, oh, it hurt. Yes, it did hurt. But if I'm not causing anything, I'm not putting anything in place that it will not repeat itself, I'm just blabbing. We're just repeating the same thing and having a cycle of that thing repeat because it's like we enjoy the battle than solution. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's look at each other as human beings. You get ahead, right? If we look at it from that point of view, that there's no male, there's no female, there's human being.
You see, that's
then we move forward.
There's an individual.
Things have hurt.
There's an individual analogy because it has never been it's human. There's clearly let's say there's clearly something being done to a particular gender, or there's clearly a preference to a particular gender than the other.
And I mentioned clearly that.
Wait, if there's a preference of a particular gender to the other, until recently, I grew up. I'm a 90s baby. Growing up, I heard send your girl child to school. So there were public service announcements, even like how embarrassing that they were. Even at a point, there were public service announcements telling parents to take their girl child to school. Do you understand? It's been a lot on women. All I'm saying, I think we should end the conversation.
Oh no, you can't end this because you have finished your point too. It doesn't end like that.
Honestly, continue. I don't.
Because if the point
is actually draining when you are it's Kwame Duke. Can I?
No, Ria.
Hey, God.
Right
okay,
now,
continue.
I feel like wait. Ria is trying to make her statement that it's very difficult for women. It's not as easy for women like it is for men.
And it's an understood fact.
And now you two are saying that it has happened. So my own is right now. How can we make it easy for women?
Okay. Remember my first point. I mentioned that if we really want to make impact in this conversation, we need to touch the fiber of everything we know, we grew up with, we are changing it. Culture, thoughts, understanding, morals, everything must be touched.
When you say we, who are you talking about?
Everybody. It's an orient. Listen, I grew up also meeting women who will tell you that when you're in marriage, your job is to take the blow and maintain the marriage. Is it right? It's not right.
That's true.
Right?
That is there.
It is not right.
Know it is there.
But it's because they've been oriented.
You see, we are having the conversation now. And we have to do this as people. We have to do this as people. But you are just one person talking. Do you see the discourse that goes on? We have red pill content going on social media every single day. If you like, go and watch this documentary on Netflix, Behind the Manosphere, and you see how men are indoctrinating younger men to be misogynistic. You will hear as Kwame Duke speaking. You understand? Okay. You will hear as Kwame Duke speaking, but you are just as I stated in the very beginning of this conversation that I am not the mouthpiece for every woman. You understand? You are not the mouthpiece of every man.
And I am also saying
understand?
That
you
not
are stating,
every man is also doing that.
Lord. Here we go with
not every woman,
but it's definitely a man most of the time.
Not every woman is also training their child to obey a woman to obey a man or to fight for themselves. Right? All I'm saying is that let's make the conversation now, because there's a young person who probably watched this podcast and has to take a stand. Right? There's somebody who is at the age of making a decision in JHS, in class 6, in SHS, right? And these decisions can be made based on so many factors. Factors as to how they grew up, the marriage circle they grew up in. Were they single mothers, single parented, raised up? Did they see mothers being beaten? Did they see fathers being disrespected? Look, there's so many things we can list that ends a person in a particular mindset. All I see is that it takes unlearning and relearning to fix the future. I can pick the stance of also fighting and supporting men, but it will not be realistic. It will not even be factual. Because I also see that a lot of men are doing
the extra show.
I also see a lot of women who are reorienting men. On various podcasts, people are talking about how the male child is actually who they are because of the kind of upbringing they've been brought in. They teach men to be men from being children. Eat and go and sit down. The girls wash the plate. But people are changing it. It takes time. I have my part to play. When I meet a woman and I want to make her my woman, I need to help her step out of that mindset and know that you are with me. Because out of us, we give birth and new generation continues. But if we are pushing and continuing the thing, it just continues the battle. Continues the battle.
The Extra Show.